Do you like Marvel? Are you a fan of the franchise? Do you like video games? Well, we have some exciting news for you. We're going to be talking about the Marvel video games that are going to be coming out this year. You know we have all the latest information for you, so take a seat and we can get started. First, we have Marvel in games. As we all know, Marvel has absolutely dominated the movie industry the past few years. It's no surprise that they are going to produce games now because that's an even bigger industry than movies. Yes, we do know that many games that have tie-ins to movies don't tend to go well, but we do have some hope for Marvel just because of the pure size of the company. Also, we have to think about the Spider-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy games before they did really well and were well received by fans. However, it is sad that the Guardians of the Galaxy game won't get any downloadable content. It was interesting because many people actually underestimated the game before the launch, but it ended up topping a lot of Game of the Year lists. If you remember, it was a seminal release for 2021, so many people are beginning to wonder what's in store for 2022. What did you think about Guardians of the Galaxy? Did you play the game? Was it worth all the hype? Now, the game that everyone is looking forward to is The Avengers. This is a live service game from Square Enix, which ended up getting a lot of criticism. However, it's been improving since then. Few people even think it has redeemed itself, but the dedication of Square Enix and the continued support is what's really impressing fans. It means they're not just letting the game be made and not looking at making it a good game. Also, we know that there are more characters and raids for this year. However, they won't all be coming at once. No, they're most likely going to be separated throughout the year, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. On top of that, there have been some leaks because there are always leaks when it comes to games. Some leaks have been on point, but others have been way off the mark, so don't take them all seriously. However, one of the leaks suggests that the next Avengers characters are going to be She-Hulk, Winter Soldier, and Captain Marvel. What do you think about the Marvel's Avengers game? Are you hoping they put the new Avengers characters in? Now, the new release for this year is Marvel's Midnight Suns, which is an XCOM-style Marvel game. There's a large selection of characters, squads of 3, and decks of ability cards. Also, there's a customizable character known as the Hunter. Wow, what a cool name, the Hunter. I wonder what kind of powers you're going to be able to pick. As for the actual story, the Avengers and other characters have ended up teaming up with the PC to stop Lilith, the mother of all demons, after being awakened by Hydra. The Hunter, as her child, is the only one who can stop her. Wow, now that sounds pretty interesting to be honest. Imagine that. You have to stop your own mother from ruining the world. That would be pretty intense. I wonder if the game will go into the background of the Hunter and their relationship with their mother. That would be good if they did, because then they'd likely have a lot to talk about before they're fighting in the cutscenes. Anyways, it's set to release in the second half of 2022, so be ready for a new build-up that's meant to happen in the months prior. We all know Marvel likes a good running start before releasing anything. There's probably also going to be more content and features that are going to be released mid to later summer, plus some trailers as well. This is probably going to be the main focus for Marvel this year, and we don't blame them. It sounds like this game's going to be epic. However, they could always have another surprise up their sleeve. I wouldn't put it past them, to be honest. Otherwise, do not underestimate this game. It's easy to underestimate because of the decks and the somewhat niche style of gameplay, but if we look at what happened with the Guardians of the Galaxy, then we know that this could be the way for a successful game. What do you think about this new game? Are you excited for it? How do you think it'll fare compared to the other games out there? Keep watching because we have even more Marvel games for you. Now, if you're a Spider-Man fan and you enjoyed the first game, then you're gonna like this. The second Spider-Man game is set to be released in 2023, and we're gonna have a playable Peter Parker and Miles Morales. However, there are some other hints about Kraven and Venom as well, so we're gonna have to wait and find out about those. However, we do not know if this game is going to be released in early 2023 or late 2023. All we know is that it is going to be coming out in 2023. If it happens to be like God of War, then we're looking at a transition from the focus going from God of War to Spider-Man. This means that Marvel's going to have a lot more announcements for us, and they're going to be giving us a lot of information. We're expecting to see this stuff at the end of the year and into next year. What would you like to see in Spider-Man 2? Is there anything you think they could improve on from the first one? Obviously, when Insomniac announced Marvel's Wolverine, everyone was shocked. I mean, I wasn't expecting it at all. Also, there were no leaks, which is incredible because there are always leaks, but they kept this one under lock and key apparently. This was confirmed in the same presentation as Spider-Man 2 and was nothing short of a power play. However, Spider-Man 2 has a kind of release window, while Wolverine does not. With all of this in mind, it's most likely that any news about Wolverine is going to be kept quiet and hidden from us for this year. There's a chance that the odd bit of news comes out, but there won't be anything major. Also, the possibility of a trailer is real, but it's unlikely, so don't get your hopes up too much. However, good things come to those that wait, right? So we have to be patient, and I'm sure this game will be well worth any wait. What do you think they're going to focus on in Wolverine? What storyline do you see them using? What type of action do you think's going to happen? Wow, I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Next up, Skydance confirmation. Maybe? There have been a lot of rumors when it comes to Skydance and Daredevil. Many people have been talking about the blind lawyer that is from Hell's Kitchen Kitchen, and these rumors have been running around for years. However, no one really paid it any mind until there was a leak that Daredevil was in development. The reason for this rumor to circulate again? Well, it's all down to the announcement of Marvel's partnership with Skydance New Media. Daredevil obviously was paired up with this rumor thread because of Marvel's Wolverine. That's why fans are beginning to think that Daredevil is really going to happen, and they're getting pumped. Also, something interesting about the Daredevil leak is that the game is going to be multi-platform and not just console-based. This also supports people believing that Insomniac isn't a part of this game because Spider-Man and Wolverine are both going to be console-only, which means if Daredevil's multi-platform, then Insomniac isn't a part of the game at all. Also, the leak didn't stop there. No, that would be ridiculous. The Daredevil leak also mentioned that the game is going to be a single-player, narrative-focused game, which also happens to be a big thing for Skydance, if I may add. Also, they've mentioned that the Daredevil game would have an echolocation type mode, like in the Batman game. What would that mean for the game? Well, it would mean that free roam throughout the game's open world would only be allowed at night and with barely any missions taking place during the day. Now that would be interesting. I'm really interested to see what the echolocation would look like in this game because game mechanics are constantly growing and changing. However, fans have been wondering why the leak said that the game would be set in modern-day Chicago. They want to know why it wouldn't be set in Hell's Kitchen in Manhattan. This specific part of the leak has made fans think that the game is going to be featuring another character other than Daredevil. What do you think about the leak? Would you like to play the Daredevil game? And that's all we have for you on Marvel's Games. Are you excited for the upcoming game this year? What about Spider-Man 2? Were you surprised about Wolverine? Hey, let us know down below.